Another raining day in Southern California with thunderstorms. Well, I'm going to be talking about fake news and what are real news next. Hello again, folks and kids out there. Today, I've been wanting to talk about, you guys probably know about fake news, what channels are fake news, and what media source are considered, trustworthy or, credible. So I'm gonna actually talk about the two sides, and when I'm talking about fake news, I'm talking about, propaganda, one-sided, or simply lies with no, probably illegal stuff that they're talking about without, without going to details. Basically, I don't watch a lot of mainstream media anyway, but the top of the list, on not the top, but the top 5, top 10 probably go to Fox, CNN, CBS, that also, I'm talking about, news that are unworthy, just a waste of time to watch, and we shouldn't be watching those. CNBC, yeah, those are at least 4 of them. Okay, Reuters, that's another one that do a lot of propaganda for corporations, even the government, and they pretty much one-sided. A lot of them, they're funded by billionaire class, So now on the real news, or news that based on a lot of facts, and they keep them, you might say they have opposite views than the mainstream media. Propaganda, pro-governments, pro-corporations kind of thing. The top of my list is Democracy Now!, Amy Goodman, TRUTHDIG, and also include a lot of individuals like, Jimmy Dore, Chris Hedges. He also writes on TRUTHDIG. Noam Chomsky, definitely, he's the man. And it can be, politicians like Bernie Sanders, Ron Paul. I also enjoy from time to time watch Gerald, Celante, definitely Ralph Nader, although he doesn't do a lot of new updates, Debbie Martin, and definitely this is not more like a news, but politician that I like, beside, AOC, Tulsi Gabbard. She's a girl. She's not a man. She's a girl that, definitely should be part of the next government. Definitely, we need people that have integrity and realistic views of the world, not, promoting wars and propagandas for the interests of defense industry, and send our servicemen, in harm ways, So we don't want to go to war unless it's necessary, and the Congress has to declare war. And we went into many wars based on lies, and it just, I guess funding by or lobbyists by the defense industry and the warmongers, which is took a lot of our national budget. At the same time, they cut a lot of social services, education. As you can see, Trump's budget has again cut more into social services, education, which is what we need to create jobs and prosperity. There are many more, trustworthy news, and I get most of my my news on the internet or YouTube, basically. And again, I don't watch a lot of mainstream media. It's just a lot of propaganda, one-sided. Another good one, I believe, is BBC. Okay, it's the long-time, news media that proved to be pretty credible most of the time. I also, believe it or not, enjoy RT. You can say that, I'm not getting paid by the Russians, but I'm just based on the contents. It might be, anti-US government, but again, it's up to you folks to determine and do investigation. Now I understand it's kind of hard to find out the sources of this information. A lot of time, we just listen or we take it the way it is. So we got to be careful. And we have some people, for example, a really good journalist in Venezuela. I think his name is Max. Max, and his last name, I'll put it down below. That he did a lot of footage from Venezuela, which is totally different than the mainstream media. How there the situation were, but it's not really. I mean, it's bad, but it's not really that bad that Trump or the government tried to portray Maduro. Government. There's still a lot of food. Although because of the blockade and sanctions that hurting actually lost some lives. I think sanction to me is just the declaration of war against another country. Basically, you cannot use that lightly. Like, oh, I'm going to sanction North Korea. I'm going to sanction this. I'm going to freeze their bank accounts or goals and take their gold. Basically, we became like a thugs, using that to hurt the other country and then steal their money. We cannot be thugs like that. I mean, not me, but I mean the policy is really thugs or international mafia. In fact, that's what it is. Stealing money from other country because they're bad, so we steal their money. We're not as good if we do that, because other people are doing something bad, but it's not really that the fact, because we want to overtake their oil and put the right wing governments there, to basically allow the rich to control everything, resources, take everything by themselves, take all, basically. It's very important because nowadays, for a long time, media has played a very important role in basically manufacture consent or change public opinions and like going to war. If you're not with Bush, then you're not Americans. That's crazy, right? I mean, this country is based on freedom of speech and expressions. So, it become like it become undemocratic, because if you believe in one thing and other people don't think that you have different opinions, then you become un-American, which is very dangerous. The labels, a lot of bad labels going around. You're not capitalist, you're socialist. Well, to me, whatever is good, use that economy systems or concepts combined, like free education, free healthcare, because those are the two problems that Americans are facing now that create a lot of debt. So definitely, just like many European countries, they have free education, free healthcare, affordable housing. That's another main thing. If we can fix those three things at least, I think American will be much better, with the new administration. If they can do that within the next year, within the year, I mean, we can substantially revert poverty in U.S. big time by shifting the budget over to these social services and invest in the small businesses, innovation, green energy, and make sure, people are well educated and give them opportunities to start business or pursue their careers, So that's kind of more into what we need to do. But anyway, be careful of these fake news channels that I mentioned. I'll put the list down below. Again, please welcome to comment and share your opinions. I'm sure we have a lot of different opinions, or you can add to the list, and it's very obvious. This mainstream media is very dangerous, and it would take us into more wars or divide us, And what we need mostly right now is to be united. And there's a lot of anti-immigration sentiments, which is to me is partially reasonable. We cannot, the way it is right now, we have to fix our own problems now. We cannot take a lot of immigrants, especially that we need to spend resources and it might create a lot of tensions at home. So we have to be mindful. We cannot just take anybody right now. I think we in deep trouble. We need to fix our own problem first, like in Europe, like in France. I think they have taken a lot of refugees, and it create a lot of social problems. Maybe they haven't give immigrants good orientation to the culture, and maybe immigrants just don't care, and they don't want to assimilate. They want to live where it is, and many French see their country go down to like third world condition, which is not good, right? So you have to be pragmatic, in many issues. You have to listen to both sides and do anything that's reasonable. We cannot say, oh, we open them all, we close them all, we open the border, we close the border. Of course, we have to look at, I would say, let the people vote, right? Let the people vote, whatever, referendum, if are we going to take 100,000 immigrants or whatever, let people vote and respect their opinions. And if they say no, respect their opinion. Not because they are bad, because there are some other factors that maybe, Of course, I'm immigrant too. So, but we have to be practical in just absorbing. I know many countries probably absorbing a lot of refugees more than U.S. like Europe. It probably, because of, again, that tie into the war policies, create a lot of conflicts, violence all over, all over the world, and create a lot of refugees coming. So it's not a simple, why they want to come, because, because of war, violence, safety, they might be killed over there, so they take a chance, riding in a little boat or whatever, leaving their home is hard. People just do not just simply leave their home if they don't have to. So it's the global problem that we need to address as well, as far as war, conflicts, poverty, and things like that. So anyway, we'll talk to you folks later, and please comment and subscribe for more videos. Again, this is just my take, and again, keep update with the latest news, and keep sharing. Talk to you folks later. Bye.